Guys, welcome to Bridgeton Investment. So today I was down a bit, Today I was down a bit in terms of my investment. I was down 1% today, but I am keeping a bit of a crack cash ready because lot of bad news and good news are coming. Especially with Supreme Court is U.S. court is skeptical of Trump's tariff. Like I said, Trump is just using this tariff to use some manipulation for his Jewish hedge fund manager friends. Why? They're all waiting to see his TP hit. TP hit, then we may see some good news of his tariff, but we don't know how long it's going to happen. So why? Like I said, no country has till now reached trade deal. Very few country has reached. India. I bet is it's not going the way India is hoping it would go. Yesterday I saw a news that India is leading back to China for getting the relationship, and I see even that is not going well. India's relationship China is didn't go well. That's why he went to US. Now the US is also not going so well. That is why it's taking time. Agree, these things take time. Agree, these things take time, but uh, very few countries have reached trade deal, and you are taking at the expense of relationship with Russia, and this baffles me a bit. You know, I am sure a bubble is imminent. After you see this tweet from Ray Dalio, but I want to show before what is happening. Yeah, I want to show this. Yeah. Unraveling of trade deal and diplomatic uncertainty. The most immediate consequence of a ruling against the administration would be a forced dismantling of trade works that were built upon the IPA trade system. Reciprocal trade tariff underpin recent agreements with such as allies such as Japan and form the foundation of ongoing negotiation with major partners like China and India. The Trump deems emergency tariff authority unlawful. This could lose their legal and economic cover. So what it says, U.S. is using its power. You know, up to now, I think previous month, U.S. earned about $3 billion in tariff revenue, and from Trump's term on Jan to what? This would only kick in 2026, I would hope. So what till then? They have to refund all of the money, and that is what this says. They have to refund all of the tariff, and U.S. is already in a pretty bad situation right now. They need this tariff to pay off their debt. That is why he's bringing this tariff. And U.S. may loosen its bigger power. And speaking of bigger power, he's one of my favorite investor of all time, macro investor. Macro investing is always very hard, and he predicts every bubble perfectly. He's one of my favorite macro investor. I always listen to his podcast. So what happened is there's a bubble imminent. There's a bubble imminent. That is what it's saying. Lot of AI companies, uh, you know, U.S. debt is at all-time high. They pay what 2 trillion in interest payment. That is not the debt there. In the interest payment, majority of uh, money is going into taxpayers' money of India and the Indian tariff and U.S. employees tariff are going into the repayment of their debt, and that is what it is happening. And a lot of bad news is surrounding it, surrounding this tariff and this U.S. economy now. I wanted to show you one. Yeah, see this. So we are almost around the bubble. Good news for crypto is when a bubble arises in stock, crypto goes on a crazy bull run, and that is why I have a lot of major investments ready. I'm also into bonds. I have few real estates I'm holding as a gift which I got from my family. So I am I'm pretty hedged from my investments. I make money while I sleep, so I am No, I don't. I'm not so worried about crash. So we could see a big crash is imminent about on the global market, and this could fuel the global. This could you know what I say. This could like what I say. I don't know what the right term is. This could be kickstart before a big jump up. You know, this could be uh, that this could be I did say the right term before a quick jump up. You know, after 2008 crash and tariff crash, you know, we could see a big jump after this, you know. So I am keeping cash ready, you know. Lucky for crypto investors, now it's the right time. You know, Fed is going into quantitative easing as well, so they're going to be pumping money into the global markets. And so a lot of good news are surrounding it. So I wanted to watch. It's one of my favorite crypto investors. You know, a crypto trader and investor.
Short term, it's incredibly bullish for crypto collapse concept comes in. In late 2026 and
I'll put you.
2027, inflation will reignite because you're stimulating into a fucking bubble. Fed forces to tighten again, and then the bubble pops fucking violently. This is going to be the most violent crash you've ever seen, probably ever. And this is what Dalio means when he says QE into a bubble. This is going to be the final euphoric stage of the big debt cycle. You can read his book. And the part that feels like prosperity but ends in complete reset. So this is what we're going into right now. So short term, it's incredibly bullish for crypto and Bitcoin in the short term, but and probably the most bullish setup since 2020. But it's not forever money. All of it is going to crash and burn, and it's the last big wave up before the tide turns. And as I said here, make sure you make all the money you can before.
So a lot of good news is surrounding, you know, especially with this trade deal, and you know, bubble is surrounding. It's going into a bad deal, but this can be a good deal in the long term. So that is why I'm keeping cash ready. You know, crash is imminent soon. You know, a lot of FIs have started selling, not only in Indian markets, so especially with US markets as well. So yeah, we see what happens. So that's it from me today. Please like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Tomorrow I will be doing a review on Trends Q2 earnings review. So please like the video and subscribe. I'll see you on tomorrow's video.